gotta tell you, it is so fucking hard to go on a moment by moment basis, especially nowadays. It is so fucking hard to go on a moment by moment basis and not compare yourself on a constant basis. I can't even say that it used to be, that still is my problem. I think that's something that always been my problem for a few years. And I think that's ego. Ego is a part of ourselves that wants to protect the identity that we created for ourselves. And obviously, when it comes to the ego, it never wants to be wrong. It's always right. Because if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're still right because you're always right because you couldn't have been wrong. Anyway, the ego gives you a distorted reality. I don't know if you want to call it sleep. I don't know if you want to call it ignorance. I don't know if you want, I don't. But, ego. But now, I'm not saying that ego is bad. Let me just get that shit straight. Ego, everybody should have a fucking ego. Everybody should. There's ranges to ego. There's, the healthy ego where self-love, I guess what you can call it. We know ourselves, we love ourselves, we're compassion, we're kind, where we are helpful. Civilians. We are all these things, but at the same time, we know our value, we know our self-worth, and so on and so forth. Then, there's probably, there's a high ego where you feel like that you're always right, even though that there can be a mix of things that you could have done wrong, but like in your head, like you're right, you know what I'm saying? You had a reason, and I don't know if you want to call that selfishness. I don't know if you want to call that mental disorder, narcissism. I don't know what the fuck you guys call everything, right? I'm just call it selfishness. Our ego plays a big part in our day-to-day lives. Sometimes with our ego, it can be very hard to live in the present moment. A lot of times it can be very hard to connect due to ego. When it comes to the ego, there has to be a range of the healthy and the unhealthy for relationship purposes and so on and so forth. But at the same time, it's hard to do that. It's really hard to do that because upbringing plays a big part in our day-to-day lives. I feel like that at the end of the day, yes, we're grown-ups. Yes, we are adults. Some are teens. Some are elders, whatever. At some point, we all need to realize that, we still have that little kid inside of us that's just in some way, shape, or form want to be loved. In some way, shape, or form want to be accepted in a certain way. If we really truly didn't want to be accepted, we wouldn't be worrying so much about people's opinions. We want to be validated to a certain extent. At the end of the day, we are all just people, just to some degree have a true desire to be like our little kid selves again, regardless of how that looks like, because we just knew we didn't care about ego, but we didn't really care about anything. We was just happy. At least, we didn't, as little kids, we just didn't care. We didn't have all these barriers that we do now that over time we created. recreated because we was always taught that our certain actions was bad. We was always disciplined. Now we are adults, and now we kind of bring down to the real world. Our relationships get sabotaged. We have these fights that don't mean anything. We worship the wrong gods because there's a certain emotion that they trigger. We lost touch with God just through years and years and years of life experiences, which I don't judge at all because I fall completely victim just because of just different values. So now, as we continue on to this journey, as we continue on doing the work, continue doing the deep inner work as well. We meditate, we pray, we sing the songs that we sing, we, practice our vulnerability. We are continuing on this journey. And I guess this is a brief message or a brief reminder. If you're feeling like that you're stuck, or you're feeling like that you are ready, I don't want to say give up, but give up on your dreams. Just think that nothing isn't really worth it. Or even to the people that reach that height of success, but kind of feel like that, things is getting hard at the moment, or, things is very overwhelming. Just keep going. Just keep going, And, I understand why we feel the way we feel. There's wars going on. A lot of people are facing different challenges in their lives, financial challenges, spiritual challenges, family challenges. This is a reminder to keep on going. Peace.